Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patrick Tingwan Permensa. If you want to be a musician, you want to learn how to read music, anything concerning music, you want to be a professional musician, then this page is for you. Please subscribe and follow and share so that others can also learn to be like you. So the last time we spoke about our first lesson, which was lines and spaces. Today is our second topic. We are going to discuss note values, rest, and dotted notes. This is your next step to become a professional musician. If you haven't watched the first video, please go back and watch. Check my channel and watch. Alright, let's dive into this one. In order for you to be able to understand what value or what duration you're supposed to sing a song to play a musical piece, we have to talk about what note value. So note values basically they talk about the duration of time. I said note value, they talk about what? Duration of time. That is the essence of what note values. They tell you how long or how short. So how long or short a sound is supposed to be made. If you want to make a sound, even in my speech, there are some words which are longer than others. Do you get it? So the longer others, you see there are two different speeches, two different words, two different variations, two different duration. What will tell you whether this song is supposed to be prolonged or is supposed to be shortened is what we call note values, and they tell the duration of time. Now let's go into it. So once they are telling us the duration of time, which is how long or how short, please keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We have some specific note values we are going to talk about. Okay, some specific ones we are going to talk about. Now the first one is this. Okay, first of all, let's do this. Now we are going to name the parts of notes to make it easier for us to remember. So we have this as our note head. Then this is a stem. Then this is a tail or a flag. So now we know the parts of note. We have a note head, we have a stem, we have a tail or a flag. Now we can go straight into the notes. First one is a circle, which we will not say a circle, we will say a note head. It is not shaded and has two bars beside it. Right? This is called a brief. And this has 8 the brief has 8 counts or 8 beats. Mind you, they are bound to change depending on the rhythm or the time signature given or the tempo. The tempo will determine how fast or how slow you're going to play it. They don't have a specific duration, so don't think this is 8 counts, so everywhere is 8 counts. No, this can change to anything. This one is something we don't usually see. We see them in some hymn books, but not common. So the next one is this one. It's also a note head, but it has no bars. Then this is called a semi-brief, which is a division of this. The next note values you're going to have are all divisions by 2. 8 by 2, you get 4. 4 counts or beats. Then the next one is this. This one has a note head, a stem, and this is called a menem. Same division, we will get 2 or beats. Then we have the next one, which is this. almost like this one. But this has what? A note head, a stem, but it is what? Shaded. So this is called a crotchet, and this has one count or beat. We have this one. If there are two, we join them together. Instead of us having one tail, we'll do this. If there are two or more, this is called a quiver. And this has a half count or beat. Then let's do the last one. But mind you, there are more to it. Since this one has one flag and this one has two flags, if we want to see individual notes, this is how it's going to look like. So you see two flags. This one has what? One flag, where I said it looks like this. You get it? This is called a semi-quiver. Has a 1/4 count or beat. The next division will have what? 3 lines, where we call it demi-semi-quiver. Then we'll have another one, 4 lines, we will call it a hemi-demi-semi-quiver. So the more you go down, the more the names what becomes very difficult to pronounce. Yeah, these are the ones we normally meet in our musical pieces. These ones. Unless of course you play a lot of classical music, that is where you meet the 3 tails. You get to meet them. But the 4 tails, you don't usually play music with those 4 tails. Yes. But it is there. I'm not saying it's not there. It is there. I've met a piece where I had that 4 lines, 4 tails to play, which is what the hemi-demi-semi-quiver I've played it before. But today we are just going to talk about just this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Methodist hymn books, those ones, the olden types, they usually have, and the Romans, yes, the chants, they usually have this kind of notes in the book. They have this one, they have this one, they have this one, they have this one. Basically, these are the note values you need to understand. Imagine you meet this, so we are going to up this one out, then we're going to talk about this, and this. If I have this 4 count, right? If I am supposed to count this, I'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4 in it. Depending on what my pulse given. So if this is my pulse, meaning that 4 of this is equal to 1 of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Imagine I have 2 of this. Let's say I have 3 of this. Then I'm supposed to clap, or I'm supposed to what? Count the value of this to play each of them. So I'll start from here. So this is my pulse. So let's try together. 1, 2, 3, and clap. 1, 2, 3, 4. We jump to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's very good. This is how we're going to clap this. Now, if I have this, well, we said how many count? 2. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So let's fuse that into the rhythm we played earlier on. Now we are going to have 4 count here, 2 count here, and 4 count here. So let's start. Ready? This is our pause. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. You are getting understanding. That is how the note values work. Where the next one is going to be this, which has a 1 count, so we are going to fuse that into it. This is no more 4. This is going to be 1 count, right? We're going to have 1. So these are pulse 1, right? Meaning that every sound must have the note 1. We're going to clap this whole rhythm with this pulse. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, and clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 1. Are we okay? I hope you are getting there. Now we have this, which is the quaver, which is the half count, right? Let me quickly do it here so that we can work with it. I am going to add 2 of this, then I'm going to add 1 here. Remember, we have 4 counts here, 2 counts here, 1 here, half, and 4 count, right? We are going to try it. This is our pulse. 1, 2, 3, and clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Let me write it here so that in case I clean it, you still have it here, then you can copy it into your notes and try it later on. So we have this, then we have a minimum, a crochet, 2 quavers, then back to what? A minimum. So 4, 2, 1, half, and 4. Now, to make it, especially this one very easy for you to remember to clap, we are going to say that we will call it a ta and te. Ta, te, ta, te, ta, te, ta, te. To make it very easier, we can represent the each note with what? A ta. This is going to be ta, ta, and ta, 1, 2, 3, 4. The same thing. The 2 count is going to be ta, ta, Then the crochet is going to be a ta. So that this one will be what? A ta and te. Ta, then we have ta, then we have ta, then ta, te, ta. Basically, these are the basic ways you can use to get every rhythm. Musicians, we have problems with rhythms. When we give you a sample piece to interpret it, the rhythm is so hard that we can't play. That is the reason why most musicians are lacking behind rhythm. Get the rhythm. Try to use the same formula, ta, then the ta-te. Try and get it. Now, these are what the note values and how they are supposed to be played or they are supposed to be clapped. These are what the values, or let's say the counts we have in them. Alright, now let's go to the second topic where we are going to talk about rest. We're going to talk about rest. Anytime I speak, you see that there are breaks between the speeches. You can see I made a break before coming back to my speech. Those are what we call the rest. In every music, you can't sing or you can't play throughout. So rest serves as what? The pause in music. They define the music more. Because in our speeches, we don't talk for a longer period without resting. You can't even rappers, it also even rap. You see, no matter how fast you are, when you rap, you still give a break, like some seconds or whether minutes. Any type of break is still a rest. So each of these ones here have their one rest, so that in case you see it, you get to know that, oh, this is the rest what we are talking about. Okay, now let's talk about the first one, which is what? A semi-brief. Mind you, we are not going to add this. We are going to start from the semi-brief. Anytime you see a musical piece, you see a small rectangle shaded and it is under the line. That is the key word, under a line. This becomes a semi-brief rest. So semi-brief rest. If you see it on top of the line, under, this on top of the line, this becomes what? A maiden rest. So the next is what? A crotchet rest. A crotchet rest looks like a zigzag, something like this. Becomes what? That is how it looks like. Or this, you see it facing this way, or this. Any of this is what? A crotchet rest. Now the quiver rest, we will have it the other way around. You can see that the crotchet rest, this one is facing this way, and this one is facing the other way. Mind you, these ones, you find them in old classical pieces, like the voice pieces, that is where you see it more. But this one is the most common one we see in our songs, normal anthems, classical hymns we have now. So the quiver will have this the other way around. The semi-quiver will also be this, but it will have how many tails? 2, because the tails here, how many? 2. This one, the tail is what? 1. So the same thing will happen to the rest. So the rest will have 1 tail, this one will have what? 2 tails. Mind you, the crotchet rest, the one that looks like the quiver, it goes with direction to the left, but this one goes to what? The right. So don't get confused. Anytime you see this, it is also what? A crotchet what? Rest. These are the rest we have in music. The quarter rest, the quiver rest, then this becomes the semi. Let's go to our last topic, which is what? Dotted notes. So when a dot is added, it basically means that you are supposed to add half of the value of the note to itself. Half of the value of the note to itself. That is what it means. If this is a semi-brief, then we add a dot to it, meaning that you are supposed to divide the semi-brief into 2 and add it to it again. If you divide semi-brief into 2, meaning we have this, because if you divide this into 2, you get this. This is equal to this plus this. Now we are back to mathematics. You see where we say music has everything in it. This one has how many count? 4 count. This has how many? 2. This plus this will be what? 6. So meaning that anytime you see this, how many counts do you have? You have 6 counts because of the dot added to it. That is what dotted notes means. If I want you to sing more than the 4 counts here, I want you to add more. Do you get it? I want you to add more. In some cases, we will add ties, but today we are just on what? Dotted notes. Now the next one is this. This one. So this one too will be what? This plus what? A crotchet. So 2 plus 1, which is going to be 3. 2 plus 1 will be what? 3. Then we will have the next one, which is this, which is going to be 1 plus half. This is going to be 1 and half. Do you get it? That is basically what dotted note means. Dotted notes means that if you are supposed to sing more than the value given, you add a dot to it so that it will extend its value for you to get more count into it. Okay, let me just brush on the ties I was talking about. So a tie. A tie is something like this. You want to add a note to this. Instead of putting a dot, we can add something like this, or we can do it the other way around. But mind you, it should be on the same space or what? The same line. Ties are found on what? The same space or the same line. If you have two notes and they're on the same line and you have this, which is something like a snare, adding them together, meaning that they are what? Tied together. So you add the value of this to this. Today we've had a chance to learn the value of what? Notes. Or it's as rest, then what? The dotted notes. How you are supposed to what? Count them. But unfortunately you have to learn the lesson. Basically, this is what you need to know as a musician, how notes are represented. Very soon we will put these ones on the staff for us to remember them, to play them. Instead of adding the E, G, and those alphabetical names, you are going to put a note rather. Basically, this is what you are supposed to know as a musician. There are more to it, but this is the basis. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next time. Please do well to share and subscribe. My name is Patrick Mensa, and I'm your music teacher till become a better musician. Thank you and see you. Bye-bye.